All right, so could be a bit of a weird start today, ladies and gentlemen. We're just gonna go straight in on this here. Today's a special podcast where we're gonna have a bit of a paddle here. So give me 1 second here. Once I find the button. All right, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Airlock Podcast, and of course, the freaking this Steam Deck is not working. Why? Why must the technical difficulty always freaking happen? Come on, here we go. Hey, all right, now it finally worked. Welcome everybody to the Airlock Podcast, episode 10 special, where today we actually have a whole freaking panel of us. Joined with me in order of the artwork, we have Hanzo, Silwar, and first appearing on the show, finally, Striker, and Graf. Welcome, gentlemen. How are we doing today?
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely
Great.
fantastic.
I am pumped up for the coming storm.
Yes.
Yes, I look
Wait,
forward
this
to
is
crushing
storm?
thunder underfoot. Wait, oops.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh.
No work. That's not.
Uh-oh.
It's not how it works.
We do.
Graf, plan B. Plan B, Graf.
What was
Your
plan
mum
B?
is so fat when...
I will say. Okay, so I'm gonna start this off by saying the challenge's motto is: "Storm is our business, destruction is our target, fear is our ally. We are born, we are ready for Imperial Storm 4. We are built for this. We destroyed last year, and we will destroy it again this year."
Well said. Well said. All right.
Well,
so
that was a great podcast. Well done, guys.
yeah,
Yes, there we go.
and
We're done.
yep, that's
Wrap
it.
up.
That's it. All right, stream's up. No, I actually went to the ending stream. No, let's go back. All right. So yeah, today we have a bit of a informal. Well, I say informal, just special podcast today because, well, Imperial Storm is upon us. For those of you who don't know what that is, who's not part of the Emperor's Hammer or is brand spanking new in our core, Imperial Storm 4 is a set of war games that is, what's the proper term? Competed against all the ships in the core, and it does take place on a, what is this? I forgot the count. So it's on a hex grid where we strategically place our units to, well, pretty much conquer and control every single planet and defeat the enemy. I'm sad that this year we don't have a Burger King planet again, but it is what it is.
We do have other interestingly named systems.
Yes.
It's basically a well, what do we call it? It's Emperor's Hammer Risk. Is what
Yeah.
is really.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And so last year we were the complete victors, because we are the best. And yes, and this year we still plan on defeating every single one of them, especially now that there is a traitor amongst the one of the other ships, Marenta.
We still love Marenta very much.
Which actually, before we do anything, I'm gonna have to actually say this now live on the podcast because I can't believe we're doing this. I'm going to have to retract the statements that have been made on this show where we were constantly joking about how Marenta did not or is not going to make Commodore of the Warrior because we all thought this was going to be a meme. Well,
Yeah.
about that. So,
Too hard.
breaking news, even though it's been like, what, a few weeks already? Yeah, the Warrior finally has their new Commodore, Vice Admiral Marenta. Yeah, this kind of...
It's not called the Warrior anymore.
It's called the Warenta. Yes, the Warenta. Also, my new pitch
So
for a
is she-
new alcoholic drink.
So the Warenta is now commanded by Vice Admiral Warenta.
Yes, by
That's the way it works now.
otherwise known as Sus.
Yes. Well, if you went to the right place, if you're going to be sus, you probably should be on the Warrior anyway.
Ooh, hopefully nobody's in the Warriors listening to this. You better be. Anyway, so yeah, Yeah, they know.
They just want to know about all of our plan to send the entire fleet straight towards the center.
Right.
To Sanchez.
But yeah, so had to make that bit of a change. I do apologize for making it a meme, although to be honest, I think she was even making it a meme at some point. But yeah, so today, gentlemen, how are we feeling about Imperial Storm, and what can we really say without giving too much away? Not everybody go at
Get
once.
to the end, we win.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
That's pretty much it.
All right. All right, stream's over. All right, let's go home. Yep, back to the end stream we go. No. Anyway,
Lots of post edits in this podcast, huh?
what's that?
A lot of post edits in this podcast.
Oh yeah, as I say, I feel sorry for whoever's going to be editing this. Sorry, Cody, if this is you.
Marenta in chat. Yay, stream is over.
Yeah, it's so
It's the
IS3
Marenta.
was a very interesting game in which how do I say things without giving too much away? Like you said, it is a game of risk in which you do have to be strategic about which battles you take and which you don't take. So to give an overview of what it means, especially because I think a lot of people, I'm getting DMs actually right now from people who have joined since the last Imperial Storm, who are asking about how this whole thing works. Essentially, there's a big board. It's a big hex grid. Anytime a fleet encounters another fleet, there are a number of rules that defines who the winner is. So there will be a free battle, or a free mission rather, a single mission which is played in either TIE Fighter, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, or X-Wing Alliance, which is decided as kind of a compromise between the two, or possibly three people involved in the battle. And that is worth 25% of your total fleet's attack power. So your fleet could be worth, say, 10,000 points. And if everybody scores 100%, then it would average out to 25%. Now, realistically, the average last year was closer to 60% or so. So you assume that it's going to be something like 15% of your fleet's damage will do damage to the other fleet. You can also do up to 25% your fleet's damage in Legions of Skirmish. So if you fly, and that's also a percentage, and tell me if I'm getting too deep into this and I'll shut up.
No, keep going.
So 4% of all of your legions. So if you fly 100 legions, then you do 4% of your fleet's damage. If you fly 600 legions, then you do 24% of your fleet's damage, which is 4% of all of the totals, against the other fleet. Legions of Combat, which is PvP and not PvE, are at 20%.
What'd you call me?
You heard me. And then there's also a new system this year where ships can fight other ships in PvP battles up to 3 different platforms. So whether it's XVT, you can fly squadrons fleet battles, squadrons dogfights, XWA battles, whatever. As long as there are 3 different types of games, you can earn up to 10% each.
And
so,
if I could just step in here real quick, for those of you who don't know what the acronyms are, XVT, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, XWA, X-Wing Alliance, TF, TIE Fighter, SWS, Star Wars Squadrons. I know the Grand Admiral has constantly kept me in check about the abbreviation, so we got to keep on that. But as I say, continue. No, go ahead.
Yes. So essentially, the idea is that you have 2 fleets of different sizes. Everybody gets to set up their fleets however they want to. They can be broken up, so you could have, a Star Destroyer versus an MC-80, or you could have, 2 Victory class Star Destroyers versus, a couple of frigates and some TIE Defenders or something. But the point is, eventually, each one of these fleets that fight each other have some number of attack points and defense points, and then the performance of each ship, meaning how many battles they fly, how well they do in those battles, will then determine how much damage they do to each other. And the victor, does damage to the other, or well, actually both fleets do damage to each other. And if
Yeah.
you're attempting to take over a system, the victor earns the system. And at the end of the game, after 30 turns, whoever has the most points, which you earn by both destroying enemy fleets as well as controlling systems, determines the winner.
Which will be the challenge once again.
Which will be the challenge.
Yes.
Again. I mean, we are the best ship.
So, I was gonna say, in terms of fleets, I guess at what point are we going to actually release the names of these ships? Because we've also got to take into consideration that now this Imperial Storm, I don't know if it happened last Imperial Storm, Phoenix wanted a group of fiction writers.
Yeah.
I know I'm one of them, covering the whole competition as a neutral party. Graf, I know you're one that's focusing on anything challenge related, along with our newly appointed commander, which I should also mention real quick. Congratulations to Commander Xylo Pathel for his new position in as squadron commander for Inferno. What is it now? Colonel Evil Grid? I was about to say Lieutenant Colonel, but it's Colonel Evil Grid.
Colonel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, congratulations to Colonel Evil Grid for his rank promotion, and we thank you so much for your service as running. How long has he served again on Inferno? I just had that interview with him not that long ago, and I can't for the life of me remember. Thank you so much for your service as Inferno's commander. And Graf, I was gonna say, how sad were you when Silo had to took that position?
Well, he didn't have to take it.
I mean,
let's
yeah,
be honest.
yeah. That I did stop myself from saying that. I apologize. When he took the position, what led to that?
Well, I mean, he's a leader in his own right. He wanted to extend himself and contribute to the TIE Corps beyond what his sort of alternately quite limited responsibilities were as a Squadron XO. Yeah, I was devastated, but at the same time, I'm completely supportive of that. This is exactly what we want. We want strong leadership. We want that sort of self-promotion.
We want to see
in
the
order
children
to-
grow.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But ultimately, that means a stronger TIE Corps as well.
Yeah.
Because, where would we be? Honestly, where would we be if, any good pilot under our command suddenly decided that they wanted to, extend themselves and have their own leadership opportunities, and then for us to go, well, no. Well,
Yeah,
that's
no.
not going to happen around here.
No,
So-
not at all. Now, I will say he was invited to tonight's podcast, but due to his real life commitments, he was unable to do so. So maybe one day we can still somehow get him on the show with everybody else. But yeah, God, where was I going with this? I don't even know where I'm going with this. Someone cover for me. Flawless. All right, so I was gonna say, so back to the fictions. So yeah, I remember somebody asking, I think it was Calv who started asking about a visualization for our fleet makeups. I'm guessing he wants to know ship names or ship strengths. Is that what he was looking for?
I assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Calv is very tactically minded and very good at this sort of thing as well. So it's unfortunate that he's not amongst our command staff, but obviously he has a lot going on. He does a lot of work for the IO, the Internet Office, and also with the various other behind the scenes stuff for Emperor's Hammer. So it's asking Calv to be in a leadership position is a big ask.
Yeah.
But yeah, we certainly involved him a lot in a lot of the tactical stuff last year in IS3, from what I remember.
I still feel like we're still going to involve him in IS4 along with everybody else.
Oh, for sure. But
yeah.
I mean, on a from a tactical standpoint, not just a not a participation standpoint.
Yeah. I
I am
don't-
entertained that the Thunder Squadron patch I've just noticed is still the older one on your stream.
Oh dear.
Barts are abroad.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Wait, no, it's not.
Nudity.
No, it's not. Is it?
Swift, silent, and deadly. Right at the top of the
Well,
screen
damn. Well, damn. It is. I'll get that fixed. Okay. Why is that still on my freaking computer? Anyway. So when, I guess, are we going to quote unquote release the ship names? Because I actually had a bit of fun naming those things.
We'll talk about your ship names.
Am I,
How did you come up
I
with
was
your
gonna say,
naming convention?
are we allowed to talk about this right now, Silva, or do
You
we
can talk about individual ship names.
just
I
the
think,
names?
I
Say
wouldn't go
what
through
they
the
are.
entire list of 943 ships that we have.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't talk about the ship types necessarily, although you can discuss those or the battle groups. We have 84 battle groups each. They're mostly Arctitan's cruisers, but I think you could talk about some of them. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't really going to talk about the what they are or their strengths, just the names themselves. So,
Yeah, go for it.
yeah, as I
think that's
say,
fine.
for the one that you gave me permission to name, I pretty much went with an all anything mythological to do with thunder and lightning, and I think I had fun with Google on that because it kept freaking saying, it's like, oh, you want to name your child based off of thunder? I'm like, no, not child, but why did that come up as part of the first thing? It's like,
Something you're not telling us.
apparently, I don't know, like literally Google, it's like names based off of thunder mythology, and it's like, oh, you want to name your baby off of a thunder name? I'm like, what does that mean? So
Yes, I want to name my child Raiden.
yeah, Raiden, Fujin, Kaijin. It's like, all right, we're going to mythological Japanese gods of thunder and lightning. Okay, sure, why not?
It's not even that, is it? It's why yes, I do want my child to be bullied.
It's
Raiden loses.
I was damn it, you just beat me to it. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna give him a straw hat and make him wear these glowing blue contacts every day, and he's gonna have a taser on him at all times. But yeah, no, I think I had fun pretty much going based off of every mythological cultural thing based off of lightning and thunder. And when those fictions finally get out, the news reports, I hope everybody enjoys those. What I was gonna say, what about y'all? How did the naming business come from you guys?
I was boring. I yanked mine from the Order of Battle.
The actual order of battle?
Yep. The
Oh.
only difference is I have a Seagull Squadron, which wasn't initially a Seagull Squadron, but I was overruled by a tyrannical Commodore.
Look, I said
Wait.
one of my infiltrator wings battle groups has to have a sequel squadron, and nobody picked, and so
The only reason you picked that is because Owl was easier to spell than any of the monstrosities Daft came up with.
yep, pretty much.
Hey, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
that's-
whoa! Monstrosities.
I can't even.
Go on.
You're not
I don't
supposed
even
to
have
do
the
that.
letters in my keyboard that Graph was using, so
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
pretty cool.
Welsh was bad.
Wait.
Hey, there are 700 and over 750 indigenous tribes throughout Australia.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I picked was the Gupabunyu out of Northern Territory up in Arnhem Land, right at the very, very, very top, not the spiky bit on the right-hand side, the more the blunt bit. And that's the naming convention that I went with. And they're all pretty cool names, like, you gotta admit.
They are very cool
Um,
names. I just would. And I deeply
They're cool
respect
names,
the
and yeah,
indigenous
you can
people
have
of Australia. I just would not be able to pronounce any of them, and out of respect, I'm not going to try.
well,
I
and-
mean,
and
it's
I
probably
really love the
good
idea
though.
behind how you named them. I thought that was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're all they've all got a purpose. You know, there is a pragmatic reason behind their naming. So, We've got a ship called the Bakiri, which is a hunting spear. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I'm sorry.
We've got the Kalawan,
Can you
which is a
can you
knife.
repeat how that was pronounced?
Yeah, say that again.
Bakiri.
Kitty kitty.
Wow.
Bakiri.
Ba kitty kitty.
Bakiri.
So
Okay,
you're
'cause-
telling off your kitten.
That I was trying to not go there.
While stabbing it with a stick, apparently.
Sharp stick.
But yeah, okay. So go. It was the ba kitty kitty.
What else we got? We got the Winnie, which is a bat.
It's a bat.
It's a bat.
Oh.
I think I named my A-wing squadron Winnie.
Yeah, I love it.
What else we got? Yalur, which is a sea snake. Ragalk, which is sorcery. Nambi, knife. Madalungu, which is a barbed spear. Lapakara, goanna. You get the. I'm probably butchering these pronunciations.
You're butchering it. It sounds good. I'll say if anybody on this panel is gonna butcher anything, it's gonna be me. That's why I'm not even trying.
For some sort of cultural appropriation here, but I am coming to this from a very respectful point of view. I've sort of wanted to use a bit more Indigenous Australian naming stuff, nomenclature in some of our other, particularly around like our team names and stuff for competitions. But they got voted down. We're a democracy within Eagle.
Wait, they got there had to be some sort of bird in there, I'm guessing.
Kind of tradition at this point.
There was I think there was a seabird in there at some point, but I don't
Albatross.
Seagull.
Seagull.
I just wanted to point out, Seagull Squadron will be the first casualties of this conflict.
Their motto.
So will Firebird's commander.
I was gonna say, so Seagull Squadron, their motto, mine. Mine.
Look, I made a very simple rule. Everybody can make whatever they want, as long as one of my infiltrator wing squadrons had a Seagull Squadron. I don't care what happens. And I had to step in and be the bad guy and force the Seagull Squadron.
Well,
after I've said that, and after Silva has said that, I just want Seagull Squadron to be like the hero of Imperial Storm 4.
Yeah, it's probably gonna happen. That's
watch
how
that
these things
actually.
work.
Yeah, watch it actually is though.
No, that's not going to happen because I'm not leading it. So
You're not leading it yet.
Tempest is gonna show up and go, "Ooh, look at us, we're Tempest," and die because everyone is gunning for you.
I mean, he does have a point.
Good.
Like,
That's exactly what I wanted.
Because I was gonna say, like, I think we hurt JD's pride there a little in the iWatch trading when, what was it? He
was trying to shit talk us.
Yeah, he was trying to shit talk us, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
I love Genie,
yeah, I was gonna say, so am I. This is all obviously playful banter, but it's like, I'm sorry. Who's the winning ship? Who had the TC Honor Guard? And you're saying the challenge is the worst one? Oh, we were actually defending you there, Hanzo.
Looks at trophy cabinet, sees every trophy except remob from the last 2 years. Mine.
You got remobbed this year. It'll be right.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, I don't think Remob should have a singular winner. I think that may have been a mistake, but that's not a conversation.
That's a whole debate.
Yeah, as I say, there's plenty of debates happening already there.
Well, let's not go into that too much right now because we don't want to take the one competition win away from the other ships.
Yeah.
Okay, so at any point are we going to talk about the planet names that we discussed earlier?
Yeah,
the fun
actually.
planet names.
Oh, right.
Yeah, let's go with that. So, middle of the map, Zadja. It was Zadja. So apparently, it's 1 or 2 letters off of an actual Star Wars planet, and I'm wondering, did we literally just rip that off?
Well, no. So all of these should be based off of planets in the unknown regions, approximately where we are located in the galaxy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to actually find the planet list here.
I'm entertained that the Hammer's homeworld is not too far off of a certain herbal remedy for a certain stomach condition in the UK.
Yes, that is kind of funny.
Wait, okay. No, reverse. What?
Let's just say that Senecot
Yes.
is a herbal remedy in the UK for an upset stomach.
Yes.
Oh, so it's I guess the UK's version of Pepto Bismol. Or are we
No.
are we talking straight up
Different.
laxative? We're talking straight up laxative. at this point.
No,
Oh?
the other version.
It bungs you up.
Yeah, it
Oh.
stops you from. It stops you from.
Is this what you would
having
take
those kind of incidents?
if you had some kind of
Think Imodium, but more herbal.
Yeah.
yeah? So is this
Okay.
related to their planet
Name.
slightly to the south?
Their home. No, their homeworld. I thought.
No, that is
Oh,
something that-
I just realized.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So
Legion obviously didn't look. The reason I'm
I
bringing this up
I
is
looked
his
at
reaction.
I
so-
looked at some because I needed to make the pre-turn INN news report for Imperial Storm, and so I was like, I need a planet. I need a planet name to make the start off fiction, and Zadia was it. But now I'm looking.
Live and unscripted from Ganneria.
Yep, that literally is that planet is called Ganneria.
Yep.
So the comedy here is that
Everyone goes there twice.
absolutely. So the Hammer's homeworld is a cure for diarrhea, and the planet second closest to them for taking is the planet Ganneria. This is beautiful.
Yep.
I love the fact that the Warrenta's homeworld is Gert Row. Is that because that's where Row are going to hide for the entire game?
Oh no! That oof.
There it is.
I was gonna say, Ro just also got a switch in commanderships. Who's running it now? Davalon?
Westrick, yeah.
Westrick, yeah.
Yep. Congratulations to him, by the way.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Davalon. Frozen. I had a wonderful sort of in character rivalry between Ro and Tempest, and I hope that myself and Davalon can
Continue it.
Can sort of continue the fun that's been had with that over the last year or so. It's been a lot of laughs.
And let's be fair, they are the original squadron in the TC to have their own song.
Wait,
row your boat.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. I was gonna say, what song is this? Because this is used to be.
All the way around and around your home planet because you're not going anywhere else. You're just too scared.
Oh.
Well, I mean, they haven't even got hyperdrives. I mean, who flies ships? Who flies TIE interceptors anymore?
Silver.
Literally a modified TIE interceptor that crashes into other ships. I mean, come on.
That's just because you can't fly.
No. Yes, but no.
It's crashing with style with you, but still.
Yeah. That's stupid. I can't use that word. I was about to use the word that may have been bannable on Twitch. No, when I saw what is it called in the sequel movie, The Last Jedi, the Hondo or not Hondo?
Hondo maneuver, yeah.
Was it Hondo?
Holdo maneuver.
Hondo's the Hondo.
The Hondo maneuver is
is the
probably
pirate.
to stab someone in the back after you've taken all of their money in a business deal.
And the Honsu maneuver is to take the Hammer's homeworld solo in IS3. I mean, what?
And the Honswa maneuver is to take him from the back.
Okay, no, stop,
that's right.
stop right now.
Oh,
Stop.
yes.
Oh no.
If there's anything wrong with that.
That's the next podcast episode. Is getting Camjin on to just read that.
No. First off, that is 100% gonna get us banned.
Is that
Second,
Rear Admiral, Kamjin?
Yes, Sector Admiral Camjin.
so
The
actually,
Rear Admiral something else. Anyway,
actually,
that's Hijacker. Hijacker's the butt admiral.
oh yeah,
He is
that's
now the
a
butt
hijacker,
admiral,
butt
yeah.
admiral,
Yep.
So bit of announcement. I don't know if Marenta's actually going to do this because we're still iffy about making this story. So apparently now Legion is going to get one as well.
Oh no.
Yeah, the problem is a lack of partner. And we...
Oh, great. It's a solo.
Well, the thing is...
Oh god.
Is it?
Oh god, that's
Someone find him a
God,
fem
I just want to like grab my cheek and make horrible noises into the podcast, but that will.
I mean, you don't have to be solo. We've already said you don't have to be alone.
Stop it. No, I'm staying the hell away from Hanzo. I'm staying the hell away.
This into an ASMR podcast?
No, absolutely not. No,
Legion does a Michael Hutchins.
oh god. Well, no, because the thing is, she said, I asked her, it's like, if you were to partner up Legion with somebody in one of these, we're gonna call them fictions because I don't know if we can use that word without being banned. I don't even know what the hell's bannable on Twitch anymore. We were gonna use the character he hates the most, Derriter. I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those like angry, lustful, deranged type things, and I'm like,
Nice. Yeah, it's better narrative.
It's like
There's
I'm
going to be a lot of throat grabbing in that one.
I was like,
Yeah.
I kind of still want to see that, but at the same time, she also mentioned it's like, this is probably not a good idea. I'm like, you're right, do it.
There's going to be choking. There's going to be...
That's
So
all.
Legion's going to be a hot tub streamer pretty soon.
Yeah, yep.
Right.
If
yeah,
he already isn't. Yeah.
right, dude. I'm gonna need. Wait. We have that. We have that already, don't we?
We do already have a hot tub.
We do have a hot tub
a
art.
hot- Yep.
Next
challenge
idea.
hot tub
I was gonna say next idea. But anyway, like let's go back to the names, because yeah, like I don't really want to talk too much about the fiction, because until I actually find a better partner, or a better partner to use for the story, I don't know if it's a guy actually going to be made. I don't know. We'll have to ask Warrenta for that.
There's no rush.
Oh no, absolutely not. But I was gonna say, looking at these other names, I'm looking here. Is that planet at the very top between on H? What is that number?
H2.
H2.
Ferrari.
Yeah, is that Guy Ferrari or
Or is it just Ferrari?
is that a food planet?
No, is that not H3?
That's H2 because
no,
it's the second one down.
That burns my brain because it goes the wrong way.
Oh yeah, that is a bit screwy.
Because it's in line with 3.
With 3,
which is weird,
but
yeah.
it's also on H. But it's like there's not going to be an H1, is there?
No.
H1 is the top one.
No, because it's not, because it's a hex grid.
Oh, hang on.
H1N1? What?
It's a hex grid, so technically there is no H1.
But yeah, I'm seeing Ferrari, Model Secundus. What the hell happened to the first one?
That's
Secundus just sounds like something from 40k.
yeah, it is. 100%.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
40K
it is.
planet.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it
Warpstorm
is.
Incident.
Spar Alpha.
West. No.
That
West
just-
Bar
that
Beta.
just- I mean, Spar Alpha just sounds like Spar is a chain of convenience stores.
Yes, it is.
So,
What? I'm
He's
sorry.
got-
What?
that's like the predominant Spar.
Yeah. If it's a Star Wars, shouldn't it also be Spar Elrek?
Probably. Alright, yeah.
Also, real quick, letting everybody know, Silwar did have to just drop off for a quick second. He's
probably had to go to Zonema's Secop to pick up some medication.
Probably.
He's gonorrhea.
So yeah.
Preventative antibiotics.
So
I
yeah,
am so fired.
If you're not hearing him and wondering what the heck happened, that was why. If he can, if we're still alive and he does come back and wants to pop back in, he's more than welcome. But yeah, just letting everybody know, it's like, yes, his art is still here.
Once he's been checked.
Yeah.
Yes, checked.
He's not coming back in here with that.
I'm sure you're gonna be doing a thorough investigation.
That's what. I think
Yeah,
probably
he's-
where he got it from.
Hey. Okay, fair, valid.
Yeah.
Moving on.
And then we got
Batu.
Batu and Laomon. That sounds like a Pokemon.
Bowmon sounds like a Digimon.
I was about to say Pokemon. But yeah, no, Digimon makes more sense because all of them ended Mon.
Get them all.
Or quite possibly a Dynasty Warriors character.
True. Yeah, absolutely. But then
Oh, yeah.
Bartu just sounds like one of Graf's squadrons needs to hold it just because it sounds like one of their names.
That's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Does that mean we're doing a row?
I mean, the goal is
Hold the planet. It sounds like your name.
the goal is we're gonna take all of them. My question though. Oh, okay. That it just finally clicked onto me. So I'm looking at the side to see the color cord, the colors of who's assigned what color. Red to the warrior, green to the hammer, blue to challenge. I'm like, what's the legend color? Me and my little rat brain thinking, oh yeah, that's the legend for the map. It's like, oh. That's how tired I
Wow.
am. That's how tired
Good
I am.
job,
Shush.
Good job, dude.
Shush. But all right, so yeah, now that Silwar's not here, we have full reign of screwing everything up here. What do we want to do?
No. How about we have a sort of an objective conversation about our competition?
Yes.
As in, like, the other two ships that we're going to come up against. And I'd just be curious as to hear who, you know...
Who we think
Warrior's
are-
going to have a big push again from RTF. I think some very strong leadership at the top is going to increase their engagement and activity levels. I think Hammer is always, you know...
Hammer's always been competitive.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So have Warrior, but
I was gonna say if we're going on like who do we think is like the most threat on both ships? My top pick, starting with the hammer, definitely gonna say it, Lambda. Lambda in my mind is gonna be the biggest threat because GD's always, in my mind, the one that drives the ship the most. Not anything against Mercana, but when it comes to competitions, I know GD's just like a freaking powerhouse on that ship.
he's also their team captain.
I mean, yes, that's also true because Mercana's also the Sims officer running the thing. But in any other competition, even when Phoenix is on the Commodore leading the Commodore, I still think Genie's still that freaking driving force, or at least leading it. So yeah, Lambda in my mind is going to be the top threat on the Hammer. I'm not saying the only threat. I'm just saying the top threat.
No, but if you think about it, that's also a match made in heaven because you've got Phoenix's, from what I remember, his command style is very much around community. Genie's is as well, but Genie will also push people to be competitive in whatever way they can.
Mm-hmm.
So they have got the best of both worlds on the Hammer right now.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be honest, like they've had some heavy hitters come in and come back to the Hammer recently.
Yes, I have seen that.
So
As have the Warrior, though.
the Warrior, this is true.
As soon as Warenta took over, she brought in two or three big brought in two big names from CTX, and then Heresy came back from reserves because Heresy flies with because Heresy flies competitively with those CTX guys.
Oh really? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's there's quite a tasty PvP team forming over there.
Yes.
So it's gonna be really, really hard fought this time around.
It's gonna. I think
a lot closer than last time.
I think much like last time though, it's gonna come down to which team burns out first.
Yes.
Which?
Well, I mean, the difference with IS as opposed to Raise the Flag is Raise the Flag is literally just
spam.
As much competition, as much activity as you possibly can.
Mindless
Whereas with Imperial Storm, you do have ebbs and flows in regards to your activity.
But then
so
also last year's IS turned into who could spend the most time playing Star Conflict during their workday, as well as their downtime. But thankfully this year there are caps on the amounts of LOCs and LOSs,
which I'm actually glad
enter into each into each engagement.
Yeah.
Which,
I'm glad that they put that in there because it was like that was the one thing that was always brought up in almost every freaking meeting that we were in. How do we stop the spam, or how do we pull back the spam to a point where it doesn't feel soul draining?
I mean, there were people that came out at the end of Imperial Storm last year. So even before we hit Raise the Flag, that were racking up thousands, over 1,000 LOCs. Oh, sorry, LOSs in Star
Conflict, yeah.
Yeah.
But you then noticed those people weren't the ones who were racking up around 1,000 LOSs in Raise the Flag because they'd burned out.
Because they burned out, exactly. But that's again going to be the thing going into this is, yes, if they may burn out before we get to further competitions down the line, but they're not going to be burnt out now. They're going to be coming in fresh to Imperial Storm.
And that's the thing, like, I think everybody has finally learned that lesson, so I don't think we're going to see those burnouts as easily as we did last time. I think everybody's going to be starting to pace themselves.
The rules also now kind of
force the pace.
Eliminate that as well, because only 25% of the bonus points can be from Legions of Skirmish. Now that's... So you can fly as many Star Conflict games as you want, but after a while you are basically wasting time.
Or just working on your own performance.
625 LOSs, 125 LOCs.
Yeah. So going back, I wanna step back. Going back to who do we think the top threats are in both ships? Like I said, I was going with Lambda on the Hammer. Graf, who's your pick on the Hammer as the top threats?
Well, I probably wouldn't even look at it as so broad as squadrons. I would look at it as those individuals.
Okay.
Because you've got in beta, you've got Zeisbach,
Yep.
Kebler.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Kebler.
Kebler's going to be a monster in ship versus ship combat.
Exactly.
I know.
Hello is back as well, would say. And obviously she's doing a lot of the sort of background reporting as well, but she'll be out.
Yeah.
You got Black Ranger. He's always going to be tough to both beat and tough to get over the amount of engagement and activity he is going to bring to that team.
That one has a very strong will. A very, very strong will. He's gonna be a challenge.
He refuses to lose.
No, yeah, he absolutely does.
He does.
He's going to, but still.
He's going.
Yes.
You've also got Wookiee. Wookiee Cheeks.
Yep.
Damn he will be huge for the whole for the Hammer. Who else? Solahan, Wolf. Yep.
Can't not say Zai and Lo.
I did.
Said that. Yeah, we did.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
Epsilon will be interesting. They are a very strong on paper squadron. However, GIF is still dealing with being a dad.
True.
If Witcher comes back, would be very, very interesting.
Is Taigeta's not running him anymore, is he?
No, Taigeta stepped down as
Epsilon. He's Epsilon commander now.
Wait, who is it again for Epsilon? I couldn't hear. Lon. Yeah, that's right. Lon is now the Epsilon commander. Yeah, so those are good. Yeah, those are gonna be the interesting ones. Now, let's actually move over to the Warrior, because I know Marenta is apparently hating us that we're not giving the Warrior the love and attention that she wants. So I'm gonna say straight off the bat, Sin Squadron, all of them, just all of them. In my personal opinion, Sky Shadow, Fameplane. I believe Fameplane's on Sin, is he not? Or am I thinking a different
no,
squadron?
Fame is on Row Squadron.
Rogue
Fame's in
Squadron,
Rogue, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But
no, so in Sin you've got Sky Shadow.
you got
you've,
Tusks.
Horde Yanko has started
Yep.
pulling out big numbers in single player.
Mhm.
Guy has Kazaran.
Yeah, and
Hogan.
Robert Hogan. Anarchy will be
Yeah.
big in PvP and in squadrons. Wreckage, if he has the time, will be
Yep.
obviously big in PvP. So and then you look at Kappa, and Mark Schruler's back again. That's single player. He loves the single player stuff. Aardvark is putting in work in TCIB at the moment. So single player powerhouse.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody particularly like PvP scary in Kappa, but their single player like coverage is strong. So Row has a lot of coverage from both on both sides of things. You've got Davalon and Andre Ossus plays Morgan. You've got Frozen, Vapin, and Fameplane in squadrons. You've got Jarian in and a couple of the other guys whose names I don't overly recognise, but I know they put in work when it comes to like single player stuff. So it's going to be across the board. There's strong competition coming from all over the place, and now Theta is going to be Theta's going to be a terrifying prospect in squadron versus squadron PvP with Heresy, What's Up, Dock and Speed of Light.
Yeah.
And they'll be able to they'll also have Selburn, who also has been playing squadrons recently quite a lot. They've got Pete Mitchell and SL8 as SL8C8 for the single player sort of stuff. This is all going to be like it's going to be really close this year. You look across you look at the spread. I mean, I know there were questions for RTF last year about stacked squadrons. You look across the squadrons now, and they're all very, very balanced. We've all got fantastic people in our squadrons that cover both single player and multiplayer. It's going to boil down to who's got the free time and when, more than anything else.
Yeah. And I'm actually happy to report that Thunder is now finally starting to grow back, even with some weird interactions. So,
of course you did, Marenta. You also picked up Sitka.
Oh, she got Sitka in Theta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Theta Squadron will be changing to CTX Squadron shortly. Across the board, that again makes them very, very scary in the in a PvP squadron versus squadron situation, or stacking up for LOCs. But it's but then single player is covered elsewhere. So again, it's balance across the squadrons. So each squadron's going to have their own
niche.
Their own forte, their own niche.
Which I get again. I was like, I'm glad all of you will have your niches. I thought here in Thunder, we're still trying to find ours. Of course, we also tried to find the pilots for ours. Which I'm glad to say that it may start being a Battlefront 2 group, because it seems a lot of us play Battlefront 2 a lot. So more yum nubs, every day, all day.
It's just really sad that you can't play that cross-platform.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't do that. Why did you think about doing that? But it's whatever. Here's hoping that whatever the new FPS that they bring out is cross-platform.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
They'd be daft not to after
Would it be the
how
first
much
time?
would.
success a lot of the newer games have had from cross-platform.
This is EA. This is also EA. It wouldn't be a surprise. All right, and Graf, you have to head out. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a work day for me. I gotta go.
Yeah. All right. Thank you
have
for
fun.
being on the show.
Thanks for having me. I'll see you guys soon.
Yep. You have a good one.
But
So yeah, it again, EA wouldn't be surprising if they didn't do it, because what do I say every time? EA Sports. What a shame.
Yep.
I'm hoping they freaking learn from their past and don't screw up this time. But again, it wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't be surprised if they even attempted to try to call it Battlefront 3, because I don't know what else they would call it.
Mm.
But yeah, it does seem like Thunder's heading in that direction. So more yum nubs. We are the Legion. There will be Ewoks everywhere.
Ewoks everywhere.
Yeah. Which
I see no problem with this.
I was gonna say, Hanzo, that was your first time playing that mode?
that was my first time playing Battlefront 2 since I got it on release day on my Xbox, played the campaign through, put it down, and that was my first time playing it since then.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big jump. That is a very big jump.
Hero of the Empire to Ewok.
Yeah. Then there's also, you missed all of the loot crate debacle issue that came with that game.
Oh, I remember that because as I say, I got the game on release.
Yeah.
So, so I remember very clearly the rather hefty slap that EA got from Disney about no, bad EA.
Oh, it
Don't
wasn't
do it.
just Disney, it was literally everybody.
Oh, I know, but Disney literally threatened them with franchise revoke.
Oh yeah.
If they didn't take that shit away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't know what they were thinking, but of course, again, this is EA. We never know what the hell they're thinking.
They don't know what they're thinking. It's EA.
Yeah, but yeah, here's hoping whatever their new releases are, they come out soon and they come out good, because we're gonna need those soon. But yeah, I think that's all we really got to really talk about. I know we talked about a lot of other stuff other than IS4. We realistically need to have it start, which it does technically start tomorrow. Technically, would it have start right now?
No.
But it's GMT, right?
Oh, so yes.
Yeah, it's technically already started.
Oh.
Yeah, but nothing's going to happen for the first 4 or 5 days anyway, so...
Yeah, because it does take 24 hours per turn. That means moving. Yeah, looking at this map, I wish I could actually show you the map, but I'd have to set up a whole new portion of the scene. It'll be interesting if we get a battle like in the first 2 days. It's like, wow, they really rushed it.
Yeah, battle in the first 2 days.
Yeah.
Because if each turn takes 24 hours, unless they do like the first 4 turns take 24 hours for like 2 turns.
It actually...
Marenta has just confirmed
stated.
in chat, yeah.
Yeah, Marenta has just stated that Phoenix is going to compress the non-action turns, like in the previous IS. So it might actually.
We might get combat by the weekend. I don't know. What is interesting me though is this idea of the 3 PvP games where you've got to play different scenarios or games. Now, that's where things are going to get interesting, because the only reliable multiplayer game that every ship has is Squadrons. And as we've just been saying, and as we've just been saying, the Warrior has been stacking up with CTX people. The Challenge has its own stack of quote-unquote elite pilots, as does the Hammer. That's one of 3. What do we do for the other 2? Because I don't think there is a reliable stock of X-Wing versus TIE Fighter or X-Wing Alliance pilots. I don't think there's any way to do custom Star Conflict games. You can't do custom Battlefront games. So what are we going to do there?
I know Battlefront 2 can be used, but it would mostly be for what? LOCs or LOSs, so you could only do you could only do a certain amount of those.
So
it would have to be
just posted. It's they're using squadrons in so much as a dogfight and a fleet battle, and then as separate modes, and then something else. So like a 1v1 or a 2v2 in XVT or XWA.
Okay, so
I mean, that will definitely be interesting. See, looking at how the different ships are stacked.
It's going to be who's available.
It's going
to
to
be
be
who's because if if for example Marenta can field CTX, they're going to stamp on anybody in a dogfight. As a in a flat like 5v5 dogfight or whatever. So it's but if they're not available at the same time as a team from say the Hammer is, then it'll have to be other people.
Or it doesn't or it just doesn't happen.
I was going to ask what happens if one team doesn't show, or does it happen? Does it just default winner to who is?
I don't think if the game isn't played, I don't think it counts, because if you can't arrange it and there's no guarantee of it, it doesn't seem fair to benefit or punish one team over the other just because it happened that this battle was a Wednesday and a Thursday and people have jobs.
Yeah.
Damn it! I love Taurus.
I just saw what Taurus wrote in the live chat.
I'm not watching it.
Silwar should write me a written excuse for my boss so I can stay awake at night all night.
I'll do it. I'm his commander. I'll do it.
There you go.
But yeah, Marenta has also stated, you have a day to set up the battles to get the PvP matches scheduled. A day to schedule PvP matches.
That's not enough.
The TIE Corps can't schedule 3v3 matches.
Hell, we had an issue.
The TIE Corps can't schedule Chalkila Cup matches with a week.
Hell,
or a month to schedule them.
I got something better. This podcast, we had to reschedule like 3 times in the course of a day because our original time just got screwed up. So yeah,
because you have people from all different time zones in this club. We have people in Australia, but people in both coasts of the US, people in Europe.
And I think that's going to be the main takeaway. If it doesn't work, or it works but it favors people of certain time zones, I think that's going to be the big takeaway from Imperial Storm 4. Like the Star Conflict spam was the big takeaway from Imperial Storm 3. That we need to do something that about the multiplayer. Hold
up with what Marenta just put up. You have 1 day before the battle starts and then 2 days of battle.
The battle takes place over 2 turns. Yes. So, realistically, you've got 3 days to figure it out.
Then those particular portions of the battle go unplayed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it doesn't. As long as it doesn't, default that it that it penalizes people for having people in different time zones. That's
the concern, and this is a concern. I'm not saying this is going to be how it works, but the concern I have about that is that you run the risk of not including the less competitive pilots in the PvP aspect. Because obviously you want to win. This isn't, however, a beer league like Chalkila Cup.
Right.
So if we had, for example, a challenge versus hammer PvP, and I'm not saying this is what would happen, but if it turned into Warrior, the hammer in featuring CTX and the challenge featuring Zealot, what about the pilots who aren't?
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. I would not put a Zealot team together for in this competition because, for a start, Zealot again is spread over too many different time zones.
Yeah.
The whole point of Zealot was at one point we had a competitive team, but Zealot is about training and teaching.
Yeah.
And coaching now.
But that's my point. Is the thing is though, is you say you wouldn't, but surely the strategic and tactical move would be to do it anyway.
But we wouldn't be able to because of
Exactly.
time zones.
But yeah.
So there is no way, especially if the two fleets meet at say for example on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, there's no way during a weekday that I'd be able to get my British players, my European players, my US players, and my ASPAC players to form up a team of 5, all in the same place at the same time. That's going to be at a time that's also convenient for CTX, for example.
And I mean, there's also reading into it that this is a game.
Yeah, that is the big key point. This is a game. This is to be enjoyed. I from what I remember, there was too much drama last time that it was like, guys, it's a game. Why are we at each other's throats over this?
The drama happened because, unfortunately, things that happen and are revealed or discussed on Discord, being a text medium, get misconstrued. There were some very, very, I'm not going to say small, but there were some misunderstandings that I think got blown out of proportion, and it happens all the time. Different personalities.
It's like people thinking that there were that memes were going to be were going to win RTF.
Yeah.
Again, that was something very small, but got blown out of all proportion because text medium.
My concern with the memes wasn't that people were spamming them so much as it was that people were involving other people in their memes without permission. It's like, I don't want people making memes about me. Especially if it's making fun of me. Like, I don't need to deal with that crap online.
Yeah, we didn't come here to be
toxic to each other.
We're all here because we're Star Wars nerds.
Yeah, I joined a gaming group like the TC, so I didn't have to be mocked by someone online hiding behind an anonymous avatar. If I wanted to do that, I would still be playing my Xbox.
It's like, look,
or you play Fortnite.
Oh god. No, it's like I love a good meme about me, or it's like and all that. But if it's like there's too much just derogatory against me, it's like, all right, one derogatory against me is like, good one. That's a good chuckle. 15 of them? No. No. That's
that's why I stopped on like my 15th fart joke about Thunder.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Thunder's for, is for fart jokes. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, see what I said. Everybody listening. Remember what I said about the good meme against me? These two right here.
Anyway, but that's where I'm coming back to my point about saying this is a game, because it kind of went around in circles. I think this year we're going to see, hopefully at least, what with things starting to ease in the world, people are going to start putting their lives first again.
Yeah.
We're not, I hope we're not going to see people putting Imperial Storm first. Because, and I've said this to other people, I said it to Genie, I said it to Silvar, I said it to probably said it to Phoenix, I said it to a lot of people. I started to worry about people during the last Imperial Storm, during the last Remob, during the last Raise the Flag, because they were putting so much time into it and they were getting so stressed out. I thought, this is not healthy. And I've always I've always said to Firebird that would I like us to be competitive in terms of keeping up with other squadrons? Yes. Would I ever ask my people to put their health at risk or their jobs at risk for the TC? No.
Absolutely
If
not.
Taurus wants to stay up until midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning to play a Chalkila Cup game, that's his choice. I will not expect him to.
Right. It's kind of the same thing.
That's how I feel with my guys. I mean, I'm very lucky. I inherited a very competitive squadron.
Yes, you did.
I was then also able to bolster that.
Yeah.
With some with a couple of big competitive names.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they were I wasn't able to combine these things in such a way that that we ended up with a devastating PvP stack. But
where would the fun be in that?
exactly. I love the fact more than anything, right? I love the fact that that Colo, Cold Snacks came.
Yeah.
Snacks came in, right? Was a competitive squadrons player, has found his calling in the single player, and has picked up so many high scores in the last year and stuff like that. It's been so nice to see him find another niche, another string to his bow.
It's also been
great.
really nice to see him like enjoying and really appreciating the social aspect. Like just sitting down and talking and bantering and stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's yes, I've got one of the most prolific high level OBJ damage dealers for in Acrisius, but I don't. But because of his schedule and and he's in the UK as well, he very seldom gets to play competitively in the TC. But he's here for it, and he's here to have fun. And that's the and it was the same with Giz as well. Another fantastic PvP dogfighter. He's absolutely amazing. But he was here when he came here. He really sort of took his foot off the competitive pedal and really moved to the coaching and training side of it, which is, as I say, which is where Zealot has kind of shifted to over the last sort of 18 months. We've gone from being a competitive team in SCL and the last of the Calrissian Cup, to being a group of people that like to see newer players improve and enjoy the game that we love so much. There is honestly no fun at all in jumping on. I mean, I've done it a few times. I'm not gonna lie. I've jumped into squadrons. I've jumped into a voice channel with a group of the big names and just gone stomping through everyone we've come across. But I don't know, that side of it's lost its appeal now. I'd much rather just be here to have fun and just hang out with the friends that I've made in this club.
And that should always be.
That's why I really like the TC, is because we can be on different ships, we can be in different squadrons. We are gonna have disagreements about some of the stupidest stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, we're all one community and we can all have fun together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, for example, I've had disagreements with Genie over stuff. I've had disagreements with... Who else have I had disagreements with? Name a player, I've probably had a disagreement with them at some point. Yeah, there you go. Either, who is better, me or you? And it's obviously me. But anyway,
Yeah.
we have disagreements, and we're going to have disagreements, and there are going to be people we might not necessarily get along with,
Oh yeah.
but we're a group, and we're here to have fun.
Oh yeah. There's still even a few. I'm not gonna name what happened, but in a certain channel, there was even still a big disagreement. But regardless of what happens or not, we're still one big community, and we look out for each other, have fun. That's ultimately it. Yeah, that was one of the key things I. So in Thunder, I do what these, since we stopped doing the reports and moved over to the newsletter, which Stillmore, by the way, I know you're probably gonna either listen on this video. Where the hell's the next one? The next two, technically.
We need to start making April's newsletter, and we haven't got March's out yet. Okay.
Or February. We don't even have February's yet.
That's the one I meant. We need to get March's out. We haven't got February's out yet.
Yeah.
Well, March and it's February and March remember, Marches should technically have been released this week. So the and Sil said because of his because of what the things he had with his new promotion.
Yeah.
He's combining February and March, and it will be out this week.
This week. Okay. All right. Cool.
This coming weekend.
So yeah. What I do instead of what we used to do, instead of the weekly reports, I do with Thunder. I call the sit rep emails, which doesn't have a fancy format background like we did with the reports back then. Just a basic one, just letting everybody know in Thunder. It's like, hey, this is what happened. This is what we should work on, and that's it. Pretty much key points of what we need to focus on.
Yeah, I generally send one of them out on the 15th. It's like, hey, this is where we are. This is where you're all looking at points wise.
Yeah.
So this is what we need to do next.
So the first thing, the last sit rep email I sent them, obviously to discuss about Imperial Storm. The very, very first thing I told them, this is a game. We are to have fun. If you're stressed out about this, you're approaching this the wrong way, and let's step back and enjoy the game. It's like whether we win or lose doesn't matter. We're gonna win, but whether we win or lose, it doesn't matter. The point is to have fun, and that's also the same thing I'm doing with the new Dungeons and Dragons campaign that I'm doing for EH. I believe I said that specifically in the newsletter, which I still don't know what the hell happened with that code, but whatever. That I promise that the EH campaign games will be crafted and tailored for every player to have fun, and if you're not having fun, I have essentially failed. So it's like, the point is, it's to be enjoyable, it's for laughs, it's for good times. If that's not being achieved, something's wrong, and we need to step back and figure out what the heck happened. Awful lot of losers talking. All right, Warrenta, excuse me.
And just trying to provoke. Leave her be.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, she's gone over there, taken all of her tactical brilliance with her, and
tactical brilliance. You mean ramming a ship into another ship?
She's
AKA
all of her tactical brilliance,
AKA jousting,
over to the over to the Warrenter, and we'll see what comes of it when
it happens. And I'm also seeing in the chat, Nude is saying porgs are still a nightmare. So for those of you who don't know, we were looking up some of the monster stats in for the EH Dungeons and Dragons, and we actually found the porg stats. The porg, if you don't know what a porg is, in the Last Jedi movie, in the sequel trilogy, that little Buddy.
The thing they put in because they weren't allowed to move the puffins and they couldn't afford to dig them out.
Yeah, the weird looking puffin things. Yeah, those actually had stats in the source books. They had a higher AC than most of our players at level 1.
Nice.
Because they're
Nice.
small and easy to
and agile,
nice.
yeah.
easy to pass, yeah.
So
So it does actually make sense.
I also found a variant of the Porg, which was a swarm of Porgs, which for some reason have energy resistance. And at first I'm like, wait, how does a whole swarm have energy resistance? Oh yeah, because if you shoot a couple of them, there's still a swarm. Yeah, it makes sense. but yeah, it's that's what she meant by fearing the Porgs, because she thinks that I'm just gonna attack the party right off the bat with just thousands and thousands of Porgs. While funny, I'm probably not gonna do that.
Absolutely, you should definitely attack them.
There will be Porgs in it, 100%. Now, will I customize some of these creatures like I've seen some of my friends send me, like the, what is it, half vampire, half vampiric, half dragon, half Tarrasque lich. Yeah, no, I don't think I'll be doing those crazy amount of combos, but I am thinking about doing a hive swarm Porg entity. That will be interesting.
Gestalt Porg.
Wait, what Porg?
The Gestalt Porg.
The Gestalt Porg. I was thinking the Yuzon Porg.
Oh dear.
John Porg. Oh no.
That Porg.
Oh, you bad man.
The Porg Collective?
That
That
yeah.
one's for Miles.
The-
That one's for Miles.
the Shadow-
Porg Collective.
The Shadow Porg.
Shadow Porg.
The Dark Porgerhood. What?
Oh dear. Oh dear.
It will be interesting, and I'm still thinking it's like whether I should stream the D&D games or just record them.
Record them.
Yeah, probably just record them. The Yuzon Porg, the next threat to the galactic universe in the Star Wars. Oh, I could already see it now.
So that's what Thrawn was scared of.
It wasn't the Yuzon Vogue, it was the Yuzon Porg.
Oh dear.
Alright, so I think we should start wrapping this up, because I just realized
That bombshell.
20 minutes over the hour mark. Holy shit, I was not paying attention. And I unfortunately still have work tomorrow, and I know it's like in the middle of the morning for y'all.
It's like 2:30 in the morning nearly for me.
It's
so.
9:26 here, and tomorrow's a holiday for me, so I'm okay.
Hey.
You lucky bastard.
I work in an inner city school with underprivileged children.
Oh, wait,
Yeah, but
I deserve
holiday?
tomorrow off.
Holiday? What holiday?
The holiday is just that I don't get paid enough, and they decided that because we didn't use all of our snow days, they're giving us the day off.
That holiday. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
The please don't go crazy holiday.
Yeah. Take a mental break holiday.
That one.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
And next week's a 3.5-day week, and then I got spring break.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised that a lot of people are having their spring breaks now. And I'm thinking, here in Florida, we already had those. Like 2 weeks ago. What happened?
And that's because in Florida it was spring 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Here, it's still pretty much winter.
What do you mean? What do you mean it was spring 2 weeks ago? It's been summer 2 weeks ago. We don't have spring. It's either
true.
it's like 3 weeks of cold, and then back to the heat.
That's very true.
Yeah. I wish I could see snow again. I know everybody says you shouldn't, but I really do.
I need to ask. Just realised looking at my rank plaque on the artwork there. I need to ask Newt to update it. Put my extra red square in there.
Fair enough. I just realized I'm still holding the captain plaque. I'm no longer a captain. By the way, ladies and gentlemen,
you are now a major loser. I mean, what?
all right. Yeah, no, I finally got the major promotion that I've been constantly waiting for. Yay. and I finally was able to promote one of my guys. I'm waiting for the other one. You know what? No, I'm not gonna say it so I could so that the excitement of the surprise happens. So, but yeah, it's got to be all updated, and I gotta do another freaking uniform. Oh God, I gotta do another freaking uniform, don't I? How long?
Yep.
How long did I update the last one? Shit. But real quick, I have to ask for the Legion fiction with heavy quotation marks. If you were to partner him with anybody in the TC, who would you partner him with? You would partner me with Striker.
Wookie cheeks.
Just because Striker's.
What?
I said Striker.
Wookie cheeks. Ooh.
Just because he posted that GIF in
Yep.
in Asteroid Bar.
Wait,
He's clearly asking. Oh, that's Solarhan. Solarhan. Yep. Sorry, not Wookie cheeks. Sorry, Wookie cheeks.
Which? Oh, the one with the hamster wheel thing.
No. Keep scrolling up.
Oh, there. Why is Markiplier doing that? Okay.
No. Keep scrolling up.
Wait, what do you mean?
Keep scrolling up.
Oh, Jesus Lord. Nope.
Yep, that one.
Why is there an Ewok humping the floor?
Because Solahan.
Of course.
Yeah.
Alright.
You need no other word than because Solahan.
That's not happening.
Hey, you asked.
Yeah, no, I asked, but it's just like we're trying to find a better partner than Derriter, because that's, like I said, I kind of want to see that, but at the same time, do I really want to go through
My
the hell?
thinking is, you make it a competition. You give everyone a week to come up with a person and why.
Oh, you're tempting me.
Do it. Do it.
You know what? No, not me.
How dare you?
Silas. I'll have Silas run it.
Yeah, have Silas run it.
Yeah, I like to push my flight leaders to actually make competitions. So.
Silas running what?
Oh God.
Silas is gonna run the competition to pick who we're gonna pair Legion with.
Ah, yeah, good idea.
No. Hold up, Marenta. You've got to be the one to write it.
Oh yeah,
Because
Marenta's gonna write it, so she can't enter.
Because
Yeah.
it has to be that type of fiction, and I don't think anybody else is good in writing that other than you.
I mean, I could give it a go, but I don't think I'm that good.
Like I said, I did ask what it would cost. I've yet to get that answer.
Yep. Anyway,
but yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. It's late, and yeah, I gotta work tomorrow. So, thank you, Hanso Striker, for staying on for as long as we did. And once again, thank you, Silwar and Graf, for staying on as long as they could. They had to leave early. It's fine. Again, this was kind of an informal special podcast. Next week and the week after, might actually try to get a whole paddle of either the Warrior or the Hammer to try to balance it out, because it would only seem fair since we got an all challenge commandership this time. Who knows?
That would be cool.
that would be cool. I'd listen to that.
Yeah, well, I'll see what I can schedule with the others. But either way, yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you all so much for stopping on by. My name is Major Legion. Sorry, I needed to say that. And along with General Striker, and I was about to say Major. It's not Major anymore. It is Lieutenant Colonel.
Yep.
Lieutenant Colonel Hanso. Congratulations to that.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yep.
To you.
And that is it for us. Good night, folks. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.